back in. We are live here with our third and final guest, Lucy from Luna Kombucha. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, I absolutely adore this kombucha. It is so tasty, and I had really no idea anything about kombucha before I had found yours. So let's start off. I want to hear a little bit about yourself, your background, and how you came to start this business.
Sure. So I started kombucha, brewing kombucha because I drink it all the time. It started actually out on Block Island. So I was just making a lot of it, and whenever I made a lot of it, it would disappear. So
Everybody wanted it.
Right, my friends, sisters would be drinking my supplies. So I would say the first 2 or so years was really mainly the recipe development, different flavors of the business. Even before the business, we knew the business was going to come about. So a lot in the R&D stage, but it started out on Little Block Island, and it really just originated very organically. There was a demand. Very passionate about the beverage and the different flavors and how different and versatile the beverage is, and that's where we started off.
Awesome. Now, for those of you who might not know, if you could tell us a little bit about kombucha, how it's made, and maybe some of the health benefits that go along with it.
Sure. So kombucha is fermented tea. It's a probiotic beverage. We ferment it for about 3 weeks or so. And then after the fermentation, we do a second fermentation with different fruits and herbs to get you different flavors. So it's made with, it's called a SCOBY, a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. You can also call it a mother, a pancake sometimes people call it.
So it's got some different names.
Right,
okay.
Or a mushroom. It's not a mushroom. But it is this culture that is used to ferment the tea. It eats the sugars in the sweet tea, creates carbonation, and then the byproduct is kombucha. So then at that time, we introduce the second fermentation to get you the different flavors, like I said.
Okay.
But the main reason people drink it is for the probiotic benefits. It is very high in B vitamins, amino acids, live enzymes. It's not ours isn't at least a pasteurized beverage, so all of those great probiotics are still alive, and that's not the whole reason, but a large reason why people drink the beverage is for the health benefits.
Okay, so I've heard a lot of things about people drinking it because it's good for the gut.
Mm-hmm.
And so those probiotics are able to kind of help regulate. Is that correct?
Right, yeah. So it pretty much balances your digestive system. It's feeding the good bacteria in your gut. And the gut is really the epicenter of your physical health, your mental health. So it's really important to include probiotics for your overall well-being.
Awesome. Well, it's great to have such a healthy and tasty drink to have. So a lot of us might drink soda, you might drink coffee, and you're just looking for that beverage of choice to have, every day. So you can do a lot with kombucha. It's healthy. It's not super high in sugar, and you can have a little taste of it, or you can drink it throughout the day.
Right, yes. So it's all preference. You can either take a few sips in the morning, put it back in the fridge, drink a whole bottle at lunch. I'll bring a growlette around with me. We have 2 different sizes, a 60-ounce bottle and a 32-ounce growlette. And, just sip it however you please. It's all preference and how you want to introduce probiotics into your diet, and, it's just a beverage form of that.
Awesome. So you have different flavors. What do we have today?
So today, yes, so we have 7 flavors, and we always have a rotating seasonal, and that's one of the 7th flavors. This one here is that seasonal. This is our Chaga Chai. It tastes a lot like a cider.
Yum.
So it's chaga, which sounds crazy, but chaga is a mushroom. It grows on birch trees. It almost looks like bark, and the reason we include that is because it's the most potent form of antioxidants in the food world.
Wow.
So we steep that with the chai spices, the typical chai spices, cardamom, cloves, cinnamon, a little bit of ginger, and then the kombucha tastes a lot like this fall cidery kombucha. It's amazing. So that's our seasonal. It rotates every 2 to 3 months. We have on the tail end of our other seasonal is a peach lavender. So those are peaches from Wishing Stone Farm in Little Compton, beautiful Little Compton,
So nice.
and lavender flowers. So it's this floral, sweet flavor. So there's always something new. All of our flavors really range. There's something for the sour lover or the ginger lover. Blue ginger's a very popular one. An herbal kombucha, which is one of my favorites, Element, which is peppermint, chamomile, lemongrass, fresh squeezed lemon. So that one's nice to drink when you're making dinner or really anytime throughout the day. It's a very smooth flavor of ours. So Strawberry Fields is a sweeter one of ours, I would call it. So it's fresh strawberries, that's where the sweetness comes from. No added sugar other than the fruit that's in there. So strawberries are pretty sweet. There is holy basil, sage, lemon balm as well in that one. So this nice, sweet herbal balance.
Yeah. So you're able to get tastes, notes from the tea as well as from the fruit and whatever else that you're going to be steeping with.
Correct, yes. We really pride ourselves in the quality of ingredients every step of the way. So we use New England spring water as the first ingredient, as the water. And then we also really, fine tune and taste so many different teas that come together as our tea blends. The majority of ours are made up of a black and green blend, and we don't shy away from the amount of different suppliers and teas that we taste to really give a overall balanced tea that creates a great kombucha. So we're always testing, we're always in the kitchen, and that's the beauty of it. And also with the different seasonals, there's always something new for everyone.
That's amazing. Now, where do you source the ingredients? I know you said that you get the peaches in the summer from Little Compton.
Right.
Are you using local farms to source, if you're using apple or lemon, are they coming, where are they coming from?
Yes, so whenever the fruit's in season, we'll source it locally. We use a lot of Rhode Island farms. And then even year-round, like we dry our herbs and use those year-round, and those are local as well. So we get it around a few different ways of how we can have that local flavor year-round in the beverage. And that's why we also have the seasonal. So the seasonal highlights, a fresh ingredient that's, available year-round that you can enjoy. And you're also in tune with what's in season around you. So our seasonal after Chaga Chai is a pear jasmine. That's a really popular one. I can't wait for that one. So that's pears and then jasmine green tea. So it's this floral, soft flavor. It's amazing. So yes, local whenever we can, whenever it's in season, and then as well as year-round. Even the water's local year-round, but always pulling from local sources because there's so much to choose from just in New England. There's so many great farms that we have right at our fingertips.
That's amazing. And now everything that you're using is organic.
Correct.
That's also a plus to go with it.
Yes, organic, fresh. A lot of companies might use concentrates, but we use the actual fruit, the actual herb, so it creates a more smooth tasting kombucha, I would say. So if you've had kombucha before and you don't like it or you had a bad experience, I would recommend trying it again. Every brand is different, and there's so many different ways that it can taste. So I would say ours is more of a smooth tasting because it's fresh. It's made right here in Rhode Island, and we're using those real fruits and herbs as ingredients.
So interesting. Now, where do you actually do your brewing? How long does it take for you to get a batch to completion?
So our brewery is actually located right in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, so not too far from here, in a beautiful old mill building in downtown. And so I think that's, what else did you say?
How long does it take?
It takes about 3 weeks. So it takes 3 weeks for the brew. Typically, depends on taste really. We're always tasting the brew and when it's ready. But typically 3 weeks for the first fermentation, and then we'll do a second fermentation with that those fruits and herbs. So I would say a little shy of a month for each batch.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of love goes into it.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yes,
definitely. Now, how big of a batch will you typically make? Is it small batches, big batches?
We do small batches, so everything we're really hands-on. We think that small batches, you're able to have flavor control of the batch, and you're able to, it's a very satisfying process because you're able to see the health of the culture and the culture reproducing. So we take everything down on a smaller level and brew it that way. So everything is small business, and really a hands-on experience.
That's amazing. So what I want to know is where I can find your kombucha.
Yes.
Yes.
So we are in about a little over 20 retailers just in Rhode Island, anywhere for between a coffee shop, grocery store, bar even is a great spot to get it. So Bayberry Beer Hall has it on tap. It's a fun bar on the west side. Stock Culinary Goods, also in Providence, that's a fun retail shop right on Hope Street, a great neighborhood shop. Down in South County, we're at Belmont Market, a great independent grocery store. Crazy Burger down there is also a restaurant. So there's a list on our website of all the different retailers, but anything from a bar, or somewhere where you're going every day, a grocery store. So a lot of different places to fill up and enjoy the beverage.
Okay, so you've made it pretty easy to get your hands on this.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
And in addition to that, you're also a frequent flyer at the farmers market.
Yes.
I understand that you're going to be starting up at the Hope Artiste Village for the winter season.
Yes, so
Awesome.
that started a couple Saturdays ago. We're there every Saturday. That's right on Main Street in Pawtucket, and we're there 9 to 1. We started this business at Farmers Market, so we're at a few. We'll also be at the Somerville Winter Market come December, but it's always great to have that one-on-one time with the people that support you, and it's great to be able to be there to explain any questions on new flavors and ingredients. We really enjoy our time at Farmers Markets.
Awesome. Now, typically, how many flavors will you be able to have with you at the farmers market?
At the Farmers Market, we have 4 taps that we bring with us on this antique mail cart that we mail in that we refurbish to put some taps on. And I would say upwards of 4 flavors. Once a keg kicks, we might throw in another flavor. So you can always expect to have some variety there. Something for everyone. We always switch it up to 1 or 2 with ginger, 1 more herbal. So there's always something for everyone.
Definitely. And now you actually sell the glass bottles.
Correct.
So if I want to refill it, bring it back next week at the farmers market, is there any kind of incentive for refilling it?
Exactly, yes. So the beauty of these bottles is that you're able to refill it anywhere. You can refill it with us at the farmers markets. You can find a fill station that's closest to you, and you're of course getting that discount when you're refilling it. So it creates more of an experience for the consumer. You're not only your own bartender where you can fill it up yourself, but you're doing a small part to reduce your single-use bottles. We
Plastic,
are right,
pipes, all
yeah.
that,
So
yeah.
our a huge part of our mission is to limit the single-use bottles in the beverage industry. So this is a bottle that you can bring around wherever. Every time you want kombucha, you don't necessarily need to purchase another glass bottle, throw it away, or recycle it. You can refill and get your fix with that one vessel.
That's a great part of that.
Yes, yeah, it works well.
Yes. Now, where can we find you on social media so that we can know where your taps are, where you're popping up, and just general kombucha knowledge?
Yes, our handle is Luluna Kombucha, and if you give us a follow, we have a lot of updates, giveaways, so it's a fun place to connect and see what we're up to.
Awesome. I love following you guys. Always seeing new flavors for
Yes.
the seasons. It's great. Well, thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
and sharing all of your knowledge on kombucha, teaching us about what it is and how it's made. It's just such an interesting process, and I'm going to want to taste one of these, or maybe all of them.
Oh yes, all yours. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us,
Thank
and
you.
thank you all for tuning in. So until next week, have a great rest of your day.